Welcome back to the channel, my friends. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and today we're taking a look at the brand new Warhammer 40k roadmap. This video is sponsored by the Game Bunker. More on that later. LVO Preview 2025. Nurgle coughs up a new Lord of Poxies. So we got a brand new Lord of Poxies coming for Death Guard. We've got a big Games Workshop rug pull coming with the new LVO roadmap for Warhammer 40,000. Let's jump right in and take a look. The Great God of the Plagues has a thing for inevitability. His contagions leave masses of fecund decay that will eventually sprout new life, only to spread the selfsame disease that brought their original hosts low. And so it goes, on and on until entropy has its way. His loyal servants thus plod dutifully into battle over and over, sharing his gifts with phlegmatic aplomb, and few are so efficient as the Lord of Poxies. Alright, so we got the brand new Lord of Poxies, and this model is freaking awesome. Brand new Death Guard character, he's got a big old sword on his back, plasma pistol in hand, and a giant tank on his back with a big old vent, I'm assuming to infect the masses. Very cool new head with like a modified sort of gas mask. We've got the nurgly kind of bloat going on. Some cool draperies in a sort of like cloak, and then also a sort of like front cloak with some more mechanical devices inside of them. Absolutely awesome model. Beautiful technical rock. Nice paint job. Definitely a big fan of this. Champions of the Death Guard who reach a high enough rank will adopt one of the mantles of corruption. Each is an innovation of Mortarion. A dedication to a certain septic approach of warfare realized through special war gear. We've met the Lord of Virulence and Contagion, and the Lords of Poxes now swell the ranks. These are equipped with Miasmic Turbine, a device of rusted blades and rattling engines which readily vomits contagion into the air. So yeah, very, very cool. The Lord of Poxies with a Miasmic Turbine. That just sounds awesome. The sword is 10 times cooler from the back as well. The weathering on it, absolutely amazing. We see all types of like corrosion, tears in the cloth. His big old Miasmic Turbine looks absolutely amazing. A Death Guard contraption, ready to spread the plagues to the masses. I absolutely love it. Very, very cool. These viruses are incubated within the lungs of the wearer themselves. Spores extracted and mixed with incubating fluids to create a cloud of corrosive vapor that ignores the laws of nature to spread. The foetid fog also has the added benefit of occluding the Death Guard's lumbering advance. So awesome new model, definitely a big fan. Cannot wait to see what he actually does. It also seems to be obscuring the vision of the Warhammer 40,000 future. Maybe you can decipher the visions in the mist. And then we also have the first look at the official new Warhammer 40k roadmap, and unfortunately Games Workshop definitely hit us with the old rug pull. Alright, so here is the official new roadmap from Games Workshop. So we see Aeldari, Astra Militarum, and Emperor's Children are now. So obviously the Aeldari Codex and all the new models went up for pre-order. The Astra Militarum box is already up for pre-order, including the Codex. And then of course we'll have the individual release of the Codex shortly after. And then of course we saw the massive amount of reveals for the Emperor's Children. We don't know exactly when that's coming, but that will be next. And then unfortunately we noticed that we have been officially rug pulled with the Knights. They are not on this sheet. So the Imperial Knights were supposed to be one of the next books. They were announced by Games Workshop in advance, and now they are nowhere on this sheet. So we don't know when they're going to be coming, but they're not even on the coming next. Maybe we can decipher something on the horizon, but let's take a look at what's coming next first. So we see the World Eaters, the Death Guard, and the Thousand Sons. So 3 Chaos books. It is worth note also that the Emperor's Children is going to officially have Slaanesh demons in it. Games Workshop confirmed this at LVO. Not sure if it was specifically pointed out in the articles from Games Workshop also on Warhammer Community, but there have been some rumors for some time that all of the demons were going to get rolled up inside of the various faction codexes and be included with the corresponding Chaos Gods. And it does look like that is going to be the case based on the announcement for the Emperor's Children and Slaanesh. We would then have the World Eaters and Khorne, the Death Guard and Nurgle, and then the Thousand Sons and Tzeentch. Now a quick word from today's sponsor, Game Bunker. Game Bunker carries a full range of Games Workshop products, including miniatures, terrain, paint tools, and more. Game Bunker offers 15% off MSRP for most Games Workshop products with the discount code WHMS. Receive free shipping in the continental United States on orders over $145. Online orders ship out within 24 hours. Game Bunker is a veteran-owned business. Use affiliate link below, enter discount code WHMS to save 15% on most items at checkout. For fast, friendly service with a discount on your favorite tabletop wargaming purchases, visit GameBunker.net and let them know that Warhammer Man sent you. So we can't confirm 100% that the Chaos Demons as their own faction are going away for sure, but it definitely looks like that's a possibility. As we've heard these rumors for some time now, I did not personally think that it seemed probable. As for Games Workshop, selling an additional codex in the Chaos Demons made more sense because it's more money for them. Chaos Demons are also extremely good and extremely popular, but it does appear that based on what they said at LVO at the announcement, specifically about Slaanesh being inside of the Emperor's Children Codex, that likely is going to be the case, And then also the fact that the next 3 Chaos Space Marine codexes are coming right after that would make the most sense because it would have the least gap where you would not be able to use your demons. So we're not 100% confirmed that that's going to be the case, but it does seem very, very likely at this point. And then moving on from there, we have our next 4 codexes on the horizon. So these are just clues, but let's go ahead and speculate on them. So the first one I'm not really sure about. We don't have like a great view of it, but we do see like a little bit of fur in the picture. It does appear to be some Space Marine armor, so I think likely that one's going to be the Space Wolves. We then see a Gravis Marine with some fire painted onto his armor, very likely to be the Salamanders. And then we see a very familiar stylistic axe. I think it's safe to assume that that is going to be the Black Templars. And then the fourth picture is a very maniacal looking chainsword. Does appear to be a large chainsword. And then in the back we see what appears to be a war dog carnivore, sort of like on all fours. So I think very safe to assume that that is going to in fact be Chaos Knights. So Imperial Knights nowhere to be found, but then Chaos Knights showing up on the horizon. So I'm not sure exactly what happened with Imperial Knights. I'm not sure why they're not on this at all, but it does look like Games Workshop rug pulled us on the Knights and then swapped in the Chaos Knights. Definitely a hot swap. I have no idea why, but that does appear to be the case. So I think the main takeaways here are that the Emperor's Children is going to be one of the next codexes coming out, followed by the other 3 Chaos Space Marine Faction God codexes. The demons appear to be rolled up inside those faction codexes, so will likely no longer be their own standalone, although we may see them still be able to use the index. And then following the next 4 Chaos Codexes, it does appear that we're going to get 3 of the non-compliant codexes for Loyalist Space Marines, in what I think is the Space Wolves, followed by the Salamanders, the Black Templars, and then of course the Chaos Knights. So very cool, very exciting. Definitely a little bit disappointed not to see the Knights coming out, but extremely excited to see the Chaos Knights coming out. Very happy for all the Chaos players out there, as well officially have all 4 of the Chaos Space Marine codexes and corresponding demon rules. And then of course you guys know that my main faction is always Space Marines, so very happy to see some of those codex non-compliant chapters coming out as well. So let me know what you think of the official roadmap, what you're excited for, if you're disappointed with the lack of Knights, or if you're extremely excited with the sudden addition of the Chaos Knights. Also, let me know if I'm mistaken on the first of the 4 on the horizon. I was originally thinking maybe that could be Grey Knights. There's definitely a possibility that I'm mistaken on that, as it is sort of like a sketchy image, as where the other 3 are like very clearly laid out. But I think the fur and like the sort of symbol with the hammer definitely gives me the idea that it's Space Wolves. We've also seen like the sort of silhouette of Bjorn shown off previously, so that makes me like a little bit more inclined to think that it is in fact the Space Wolves. And then let me know what you think happened to the Imperial Knights, why they are suddenly not on the roadmap after they were previously announced to be one of the next codexes and should have been coming out before the Emperor's Children. Are they going to suddenly show up out of the warp? Did something go wrong with manufacturing or with the rules? Always like to hear back from you guys in the comments. And special thanks to the Game Bunker for sponsoring the channel. Check out the link in the description to save 15% on most Games Workshop products with code WHMS at checkout, link in the description. And that's it for today. Warhammer Man Studios, I'm Warhammer Man, and 2025 is definitely going to be the best year ever for Warhammer 40,000. And I'm out of here.